Hello and welcome to the Global Pulse. Gaza is on fire. Bombs fall, thousands flee, but when they look to their Arab neighbors for safety, they find closed borders. No refuge in Egypt, no asylum in Jordan, silence from Saudi Arabia. You might wonder, why? Aren't these countries allies? Aren't they Muslim nations sworn to support Palestine? The truth is more complicated and more uncomfortable. In this video, we uncover the real reasons why the Arab world is shutting its doors on Gaza's refugees, and how history, politics, and power games are shaping this humanitarian nightmare. You won't hear this on the news, but you need to know it. To understand why, we need to go back to 1948, when the first Palestinian exodus began. Around 700,000 Palestinians fled or were expelled during the creation of Israel. Then another 300,000 in 1967. Arab nations took them in, but never fully welcomed them. Camps meant to be temporary became permanent. Refugees became stateless, often marginalized, and sometimes turned into militants. This history would shape every refugee decision that came after. In Jordan, 1970 turned into a nightmare. By 1970, Palestinians constituted more than half of Jordan's entire population. The relationship exploded into violence in 1970, in events known as Black September, which pitted Jordan's military against Palestinian guerrilla groups, primarily the PLO. The PLO had turned the refugee camps into armed fortresses and openly defying Jordan's sovereignty, attempting to overthrow King Hussein's monarchy. Jordan crushed the PLO, resulting in approximately 3,400 Palestinian deaths and the expulsion of tens of thousands. Black September served as a painful lesson for Jordan, which vowed never to allow heavily armed Palestinian factions to operate on its soil again. Following the Jordan's Black September, 300,000 Palestinians fled to Lebanon. When the PLO established itself in Lebanon, their armed presence contributed to igniting Lebanon's civil war, which lasted from 1975 to 1990. The civil war resulted in over 100,000 deaths and displaced about a third of the country's population. By 1990, around 400,000 Palestinians moved to Kuwait, constituting about 20% of its population. When Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait in 1990, Yasser Arafat and the PLO publicly supported him. After international forces helped Kuwait expel Saddam, Kuwait proceeded to push out almost the entire Palestinian community. The country expelled nearly 400,000 Palestinians overnight. These historical events underscore the complex dynamics, security concerns, and political considerations that have shaped Arab states' responses to Palestinian refugees over decades, contributing to the current reluctance to accept refugees from Gaza. Fast forward to 2023. After Hamas's attack on Israel and the ensuing bombardment of Gaza, Egypt and Jordan sealed their borders, not just out of political principle, but deep fear that Hamas fighters could cross into the Sinai, that rockets or terror cells could launch from their land into Israel, dragging them into a war. Egypt reinforced the Rafah border with tanks. Jordan's King Abdullah publicly declared, "No refugees from Gaza, period." Beyond security, there's strategy. Arab leaders argue that accepting refugees helps Israel achieve what it wants, an empty Gaza. By refusing relocation, they maintain Palestinian claims to the land. It's cold, it's calculated, but it's a form of political leverage. Ironically, many Gazans don't want to leave either. For them, fleeing is surrender, a permanent exile from the land they still call home. So you have a heartbreaking impasse, refugees with nowhere to run, and neighbors unwilling to open the gate. The refusal of Arab states to accept Gazan refugees isn't rooted in indifference, but in a legacy of trauma, fear, and hard political truths. In the end, solidarity doesn't always mean sanctuary. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I dive deep into global conflicts, geopolitics, and the stories mainstream media often overlooks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.